Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to another esports report. I don't know why I just did that intro, but whatever. We have a ton of news to cover in Counter-Strike from yesterday and today, as well as an announcement having to do with the LCS at the end, so let's just jump into everything. First up in the news, E-League is coming back to Counter-Strike with the E-League Premier 27 competition. The invites were released yesterday, and there are 4 groups with all 3 invitees and 1 qualifying team slot in each group. In Group A, we have FaZe, Annoucement, and G2. Group B, we have North, Mousesports, Fnatic. Group C, Virtus.Pro, NIP, Cloud9. And finally in Group D, SK, Astralis, and Optic. If you would like to sign up for the qualifiers, it's on CVO's website, link in the description, and is being held from August 26th to the 27th. The E-League premiere is beginning on Friday, September 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern on TBS, along with a Dota 2 documentary series starting off on Friday, July 28th with Valve's free-to-play documentary and premiering on August 4th. E-League has expanded tremendously from just a Counter-Strike series to hosting 4 Counter-Strike events, a Street Fighter Invitational, an upcoming Injustice 2 Championship this fall, and a Dota documentary series. I'm excited to see what's next. Also, in more E-League news, along with ESL unbanned news, you should probably add Turner Sports to the list of tournaments unbanned players from iBuyPower and Epsilon cannot compete in. In an article by ESPN's Jacob Wolf, Turner have always and will always uphold Valve's rules on banned players. And also DreamHack, who is ESL's sister company, will also uphold Valve's ruling. I also reported on this in the last episode. I just had to get confirmation from that. Maybe this will convince many big-name orgs not to sign any iBuyPower or Epsilon players because they won't be able to play in any tournaments except for ESL. In more news, ESL Pro League Season 6 was announced, and let me say, some things don't look correct. On the NA side, you've got the top 11 from Season 5, which is Cloud9, Complexity, Counterlogic Gaming, Liquid, Luminosity, Misfits, NRG, Optic, Renegades, and SK. And the new teams that we have this season are Splice, Bees Money Crew, and Rogue. However, out of these 14 teams, 5 of them have incomplete teams. All 3 of the new teams have incomplete teams. Splice and Ghost Gaming qualified for Season 6, and while Aria and Rix were released from Splice in June, Ghost Gaming has released their roster, excluding Wardell, on July 21st. Bees Money Crew was signed by Ghost Gaming in April. This news went unreported on HLTV or any other news source. So their spot has been given back to the remaining players, Connor 93, Neptune, and MCE. The opposite is true for the EU because every team has a full roster. Also, the streaming quality will be upgraded this year to a native 1080p 60 FPS. Also, it will also just be on YouTube Gaming. Okay, the biggest name to miss this season is Virtus.Pro, who was relegated to ESEA Premier for bad performance last season. In major news, there will not be another major in 2017. The next major, confirmed by HLTV from Valve, will be in 2018, and it's going to be held in late January to early February. We will have another slump of activity from July into January or February, depending on who signs what and times and all that other stuff. So far, organizers have submitted proposals. These are the ones that have submitted proposals. E-League, ESL, PGL, DreamHack, and StarLadder. Many on Reddit are calling for a format change, as well as seeding changes and even prize money changes. Hopefully we can get another great major, as PGL showing last week was relatively good from a journalist and player standpoint, but not great from a viewer and audience standpoint. Hopefully I can get tickets to whatever major is announced for next year. Also in event news, Astralis joins the invite list for ESL 1 New York, joining FaZe, Virtus.Pro, SK, and Annoucement. There will be more than one invite, and then the remaining 2 spots will go to NA and EU qualifiers. The tournament will be $250,000, I apologize, which was the same as last year's tournament, which saw Annoucement lifting the trophy. Alright, transfer news. Immortals have opened offers for FNX. Lincoln Lau stepped down from the roster in May and was placed on the bench. FNX has 2 major wins under his belt with Luminosity and SK before being benched on SK Gaming in December of last year. Complexity has added Jacob Ye Whittaker ahead of Fragadelphia 11. This comes after Kia Surreal Man left Complexity's squad after being on Complexity for over a year. And finally, NRG has released Peter PTR Gurney on his own terms. He has not disclosed a reason for leaving it. He has been an active player with NRG for 2 years. Could this be a gateway for NRG to scoop up an ex-iBuy Power or Epsilon player before EPL Season 6? Or would they replace PTR with FNX? We don't exactly know, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, time for my announcement about the LCS. I will cover any new CSGO news tomorrow, as well as scores from the EU LCS and the NA LCS, so hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Sorry for this really rushed episode of the Esports Report. I didn't really put together anything, and this is from 2 days, and I'm pretty busy right now. So I apologize for the lack of quality in today's episode. That will change in tomorrow's episode, and we will have a podcast-style, animated style of Esports Report on regular schedule for you tomorrow. Good night. Have good sleep. Sleep in. I'm not your parents. I'm not telling you what to do. All right, good night.